All right, so let's talk about
iPhone.
this year. Has an incredible new iPhone, incredible new color for sure. I love the new color, Sierra Blue. Definitely worth it. I was kind of doubting the color. I didn't like it that much on screen until I saw it in person. Definitely worth this Sierra Blue. The iPhone comes in a big screen size, a 6.7-inch display, which has a 2278 by 1284 pixel per inch. So both models, pretty much, the iPhone 13 Pro and the Pro Max, come with the Pro Motion display, which refreshes at 120 gigahertz, and it's incredible. Like, it's super smooth. The animations are so... It's very smooth. They're just going back and forth between different apps, different screens of the phone. It's super smooth. Even just going back and forth. Adapted refresh rate, pretty much. So it goes down from 10 gigahertz to 120 gigahertz. So it's not constantly at 120. So it's pretty much trying to save you battery as much as possible. Even if you're just reading texts, it's not gonna bump all the way up to 120. It'll bump up all the way to 120 if you're maybe watching a video or playing a game or just scrolling between the screens. That's when you're gonna notice a huge difference. But when you're just reading a text, it's not gonna do much. And of course, the iPhone has a rated IP68 water resistant, which is up to 6 meters, up to 30 minutes underwater. So I mean, I wouldn't dunk it and like expect it. I've seen so many videos that people dunk the iPhone in water, and it always gets to me. It's very nerve-wracking to see people dump this phone in water. I would never do that. This year, Apple introduced the A15 Bionic chip, which is a 6-core processor, 2 times performance, and a 16-core neural engine. There's a cop right there. This year, the camera system is absolutely remarkable. So all 3 cameras come with a 12 megapixel system throughout the wide, telephoto, and ultra wide. And the telephoto comes with a 2.8 aperture. The ultra wide has a 1.8 aperture with a 120 degree field of view. And like the big reason why there's a huge camera bump in the back is because it has the sensor shift optical image stabilization. So that's why there's a huge camera bump right in the back, and it's way bigger from the iPhone 12. Compare it to that, it's huge. This is huge. And the video recording is amazing. So it has the new feature, the cinematic mode recording with a depth of field. And you could only do cinematic mode at 1080p at 30 frames per second. And full HDR video recording, Dolby Vision, up to 4K at 60 frames per second. And I only got the base model, which is 128 gigabytes. But if you're going to keep constantly shooting at 4K, maybe you could upgrade all the way to 1 terabyte, which will put you at $15.99. It's absolutely insane. 1 terabyte in a phone, that's huge. So the battery on this, it's even longer battery than the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 11. Obviously, they've added more battery to this, which is up to 22 hours of video playback on the iPhone 13 Pro, and the Pro Max up to 28 hours of video playback. All the brand new iPhones that were released this year will come with iOS 15, and I feel like that's a huge... It's a great operating system, honestly, from the iPhone iOS 14 to 15. Like, there's a lot of new features. I mean, pretty much all the iPhones now come with 5G, so depending on where you live, 5G will do pretty good in your area. In my town, 5G, in some parts, it's great. So the downtown area where I live has great antenna connection. So that's not bad, I would say. That's insanely fast. Like, it's faster than my home Wi-Fi. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but that is just insane. So the download speed is 363 megabits per second. That's faster than my home Wi-Fi. My home Wi-Fi runs about 240. And the upload is 40 megabits per second, which is about average, normal, I would say, in some areas. But like I said, 5G is pretty good in a lot of areas, especially for me in my downtown area, and like an hour away from here is Albuquerque, which has even better antennas for sure. And I have a few pictures here which I want to show you right now. Absolutely great photos. It takes incredible photos. And even at low light photography, this camera takes amazing photos. Like I'll show you right here, there's a couple night photos. I switched between the regular wide and the ultra wide. Some photos inside and out of these places, but the camera system is incredible. It's like, I don't know, it's just mind blowing. We're actually gonna go and take more photos in my area using the iPhone 13 Pro. All right. I actually didn't even talk about the front-facing camera on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and it's pretty good. And this is the audio you're hearing directly from the phone itself, and this is incredible, insane, like, quality. This is a 12 megapixel front-facing camera. It shoots up to 4K at 60 frames per second, and it's doing an amazing job. Like, this is insanely cool. Like, I've never seen a front-facing camera this clearly. This is only a 1080p 60 frames per second that I'm shooting at, but it's doing an incredible job. For the rest of the video, I'm gonna be just recording straight from this iPhone, and let's go. So this is using the normal wide camera, 1080p at 60 frames per second, and let's see how it does when we get this close. I'm not even gonna tap to focus. It automatically focuses. That is insane. Like, wow. I know that's just like a little tree branch, but this is pretty cool. All right, let's switch between the ultra wide now. So that's the ultra wide, and it's focusing pretty well, not gonna lie. So we'll just do the telephoto lens now, and it's a little noisy in some areas of it. Obviously, it's a micro telephoto lens. I prefer just in the standard wide lens. So it's doing a pretty good job. I am kind of a little shaky right now when I'm walking, and it's doing pretty good to stabilizing the whole video. Let's see how this looks. This far, it's doing pretty well. It's like, I don't know if you saw that little jitter, the little bounce. So it's like stabilizing my shot. It's the ultra wide. This is the ultra wide. Honestly, doing a very good job. And we'll just take a couple pictures, and I'll show you between the telephoto, wide, and ultra wide lenses. So far, this is an incredible iPhone. It takes absolutely amazing photos, amazing video. I switched between HD and 4K, and honestly, it's the best thing in the world. And I totally forgot to mention one cool feature of the new iPhone is that it has photographic styles, and what that means is that it has kind of like filters, you know. So when you go into your camera app and you swipe up, and it extends the menu bar at the bottom, and you tap on those like kind of three layers there on the bottom, then you can switch between like the standard, vibrant, warm, and cool. And not only you can switch between different styles, it kind of stays there for the next time you open up your camera. And you could switch the settings around. You could adjust the warmth, the cool, basically on that. And it's honestly pretty cool. It's kind of like filters, but professionally. But so far, the camera is absolutely amazing. This year, Apple did a great job on all the iPhones. But like, I want to throw up some photos, throw up some videos, and I want you to guess on these close-up photos what the object is.